In this video, we're going to be replacing the rear sway bar link on the driver's side of this 2008 Acura MDX. All right, to remove the wheel, we're going to use a 22mm socket on an impact. All right, if your wheel happens to be stuck on the hub, what you can do is hit it to free it up. If you do that, you want to leave one lug nut on there, at least a few threads, to stop it from coming off. So ours is free. We'll remove that. And then the wheel. All right, so we're going to remove this link here. And to do that, we're actually going to heat up this nut. We're going to heat it up to the point where we can just push our link right off of the ball socket here, so we can get on it with a pair of locking pliers. We've gone ahead and heated up our link on the top side. So now we can remove our link from the socket. And now we have access to the ball from the socket. What we can do is put a pair of locking pliers on there now. And this allows you to get a better grip, because if you didn't do that, you'd be trying to grip this small flange here, and that's a very tight area to grab. Now we have a little bit more real estate with a 14mm wrench. We should be able to now remove that bolt, nut rather. Okay, go ahead and remove. All right, so after some heat, we were able to pop our link off of the bottom socket. And now what we have available to us, just like the top, is a ball that we can put a nice pair of locking pliers on and hold it from the back side. All right, so the pair of locking pliers in the back. A really good grip on that. On the front, we should be able to get on there with a 14mm ratchet. Yep. All right, so now we're going to take our new link. It's going to go in just like this. What I'm going to do is put the bottom in first. We have nylon locking nuts for this. We're just going to thread this on a couple just to make sure it doesn't fall out. And what we can do is go ahead and put our top link in place on the rear sway bar. And again, our locking nylon nut on top. Now we can tighten them down and then torque them down. All right, so now with our link in place, 17mm socket, we're going to see how far we can tighten this down. Because this is a new link, we expect that we should get pretty close before the actual link starts to spin. All right, so when it starts to spin, you can see there's a spot for an Allen in the middle to hold that ball and socket from spinning. We actually got it to snug up. Okay, so far so good. If you did have to, or if you did have some spinning there, you'd use a number 5 Allen head in the center and a 17mm wrench to tighten down. All right, so we'll move on to the top. All right, so now up top here, we can take our 17mm wrench and tighten down our top nylon lock nut. All right, now that we've got it snugged up, we can go ahead and torque them down. So we are going to torque down our top link to 27 foot-pounds. We're going to do that with a crow's foot on our torque bar and a number 5 ball head Allen to hold the stud in place. And now we'll torque this down. The ball head allows you to get in at an angle, which in this case is kind of what we need. All right, so we're going to torque down our bottom nut here to 37 foot-pounds. This is going to be a difficult place for you to work. If you can get an Allen head in here and get something in here to torque down, go for it. What we're going to do is see if we can torque it down without the center spinning. If we can get that kind of luck, then we'll be all set. Again, 37 foot-pounds. And we seem to be okay there. All right, we can go ahead and put our wheel back on. All right, at this point, I just like to rock the wheel. One side, get that snugged up. Rock the wheel another side, opposite, get that snugged up. And just do that until they're all pretty well snug. And we'll come back and torque them to spec. All right, now we're gonna torque our lug nuts down to 94 foot-pounds. We're gonna do that in a star pattern. We can start now, here.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.